Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Blu-ray edition of the DC animated film Batman: Soul of the Dragon. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, the latest from the DC animated library, Batman: Soul of the Dragon, is here on 4K Blu-ray. And now, this is pretty much an Elseworlds story featuring Batman in the 1970s. It has kind of a martial arts, James Bond vibe to the film. And it's pretty much different than you're going to be expecting a typical Batman movie to really kind of give you. At first, I wasn't really quite sure how I felt about it. It really kind of relegated Batman to a side character. It featured more Bruce Wayne, and there was other, deep cut DC characters that are also like part of this ensemble. And if you know your Batman history or your DC history, you're really going to have a lot to enjoy here. Ultimately, I liked it, but I don't feel it's one of the strongest offerings in the DC animated library or even the Elseworlds stories. I feel Batman Gotham by Gaslight was a little better. Superman Red Sun falls into that category. This one I feel is mid-tier. It has a lot of great martial arts and action scenes sprinkled throughout the movie, but ultimately, it's kind of like a one-off for me. I don't think I'm going to go back to this one too much, but it still has a lot of enjoyable bits in it. And I think if you are a diehard DC fan, or I think you'd appreciate what's going on here, but if you're more of a Batman fan, you might be actually disappointed with the end result here in the film. Okay, we're going to do a quick unboxing, and then I'm going to come back and talk about the picture quality and the audio. Okay, we have the 4K edition of Batman: Soul of the Dragon. Very nice shine to the slipcover. It looks pretty good. And we have the back, the spine. Interior pretty much the same there, and then just your basic black as far as the interior goes. So alright, now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Batman: Soul of the Dragon has a 1:7:8 aspect ratio. It is an upscale 4K image with HDR10 for the grading. When it comes to the DC animated films on the 4K format, unfortunately you don't get a whole lot of bang for your buck. While HDR is nicely applied here, it's not going to be a game changer, and it doesn't look too dissimilar from that of the Blu-ray. With HDR, things pop out a little bit more. There's a couple of highlights of color that are sprinkled throughout the movie. It's not consistent, but for the most part, it's pretty reserved. Black levels, I feel, are the strongest aspect here. They look good. Anytime there's dark scenes, they look great, well rendered, and no problems in that area. Level of detail increases pretty minimal at best with these films on 4K. They don't really have a whole lot of innate detail by themselves, with this style of animation. So any kind of rendering of extra detail added benefit there is pretty moot. Batman: Soul of the Dragon on 4K supports a DTS HD 5.1 audio mix, and I have to say it's fairly enjoyable. It's not going to be game-changing or anything for the DC animated films, but for what you get, if you have your surround sound turned on, it's actually a very pleasant experience. There's a lot of action scenes, and it makes great use of all the speaker placements. You feel those punches, those hits, kicks, it's all rendered very well, and there's a couple explosions that happen throughout the movie, and it adds a nice layer of boominess to the overall track. The center channel with dialogue is pretty clean and clear, no issues to report. The front channels, they handle a lot of the action. They do a great job consistent throughout the movie. The rear speakers don't rely on a whole lot of ambience or atmosphere. They're mostly used for the 70s style soundtrack that accompanies the film, as well as some of the action scenes. It's consistent, but it's not going to be anything that is really going to pull you in fully. And finally, the LFE, it's good. Once again, those kicks, punches, explosions are all rendered very well, and it makes great use of accompanying what's happening on screen very nicely. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Batman: Soul of the Dragon on 4K a B. This is pretty much par for the course when it comes to the DC animated library on the 4K format. It's okay, it's nothing that's going to really wow you, but if you choose to pick it up, it's an overall pleasing picture. For the audio, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B+. I think the fight scenes really put this one over. It's not a terribly immersive audio experience, but if you have a surround sound unit, you, I think, will find a few things to enjoy as well. So that is my review of Batman Soul of the Dragon on 4K. If you're interested in picking this one up for yourself, I'm going to go ahead and leave an Amazon link in the comments section and the description of this video. But I also want to hear, if you picked it up for yourself, what did you think of the presentation? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.